What's going on, Tiger Tran clan? So I just ran around the town to find any lootables. There's a little bit left. So I don't know if stuff does respawn or not, but what we do know is let's push on this storyline. We just took out the giant. So now let's go talk to. Is this our mother, right? Rurik cracks the door open, holding the knife behind his back. Seeing your face, he steps away from the door to let you in. Because that's my brother, right, Rurik? You're alive! Ooh, 10 points of skills. Your mother grasps both your arms as though to make sure you're still firmly attached. You're in one piece. Oh, thank the spirits. Are you both unscathed? I don't think we're. I mean, didn't he get punched or something? We're fine. Two of the brutes came in here and pilfered the silverware, but they didn't harm us. You didn't even try to fight them, Rurik? Ugh. We'll take the high road. Rurik shakes his head and drops his knife on the floor in disgust. You wouldn't have had to if I were a stronger man, right? It's better for so I do coaching in real life as well, like career coaching, talent development, stuff like that. It's better for people to come to their own realization. So if you take ownership of the piece that even though I was defending, right? But it's if you take ownership, you'll usually have other people take a greater like their level of ownership as well. You'll see really successful vice presidents and companies do that, and it just makes you approachable without being overbearing, because we've all had those people in our lives who are like, you should have done this or you should have done that, and it makes you feel bad in a way that's like, not only are you kind of almost in a sense disgusted with yourself for your own actions, but then you have this other secondary external effect that like presses down on you as well. So it almost can break people into a place of basically not being able to move from there. It's like you push them deeper into the ruts, if that makes sense. Your mother puts puts a hand on Urik's shoulder, and he places his hand on hers. Don't trouble yourself. Tell me, what happened outside? Is everyone safe? We beat back the raiders, and we've captured their leader. Astrid pulls you into a warm embrace. I'm so proud of you. You truly are your father's son. Sometimes something is amiss. Why were the beacons not lit in warning, and the time is so convenient for enemies? Perhaps we should talk to the giant. Now that he is at our mercy, he led them here. He'll be able to tell us why. I hope it's not because we let that other guy live. If that's the case, then, I mean, obviously we still have his women in his lands. I didn't want to burn it down. I don't know. He might have to get a beat down. That's all I have to say. See what you can find out. I'll have Rurik help me clean up the mess. Sure thing. All right, is there anything else deliciously lootable here? Okay, so that's like a chest for us. Nothing here. No one we can chat with. So let's bop out. Wonder why they make you walk inside of your house. Man, I'm always sprinting. I always got my wheels on, son. I do. Ooh, we got 10 more points. I'm trying to think, like, I probably want to get charge with myself, because charge is really effective from a damage perspective. Let's take a real quick look. How many points do we have? All right, because we know we need to go 100 to go into tier 3, and that just seems like a little bit too much. Probably never going to cripple people. We're never probably going to dual wield, because I like having a shield, and I already have points in my shield as well. So, throwing things at people, that's interesting. So let's grab this for now. Do we ever get stat points? It doesn't look like we have any as of yet. All right, let's take a look at our archer. I think I will dump some healing points into him. Mostly because it seems like archery is very ineffective because of that demoralizing shout ability. So it seems like it might be better to have him at least have something to do when he can't land shots. Because the fact that reduces accuracy by 50% is entirely too much. Raises the damage reduction of any adjacent friendly target to match the user's damage reduction. Whoa, that is really good. Especially since, well, I guess it depends who we have in the future. But that would be really good if we put a lot of our high defensive items on him, made him really just a stalwart frontliner. I mean, he is a defender. That's the name of his class. I don't know if you have to use this as an ability. That's the thing that kind of distresses me, is I don't support abilities. Like, we might have to actually click that. And I'd rather just have him prep a use anticipate opening, which will, your next strike will always be a critical. I'd rather have him almost do that. But so we will put a point in here for now. I don't know if we need to necessarily charge with someone who is kind of more of a range fighter. I don't want to put her into harm's way unnecessarily. What do we have? 22 points. Adds a chance of giving party members a bonus. This makes me wonder, do any of these people have any of these skills? So this guy's good at guarding. Oh, that's cool. What's this? And he's good at repairing. Oh, that's dope. I didn't even realize there were camping skills. So this guy's probably hunting, right? Because he's an archer. Yeah, that is dope. So we don't necessarily have someone who is... I hope we get that witch to join us, man. That'd be so dope. So she's good at scouting. Okay, that's good. What am I good at? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm good at diplomacy. Okay. Hey, so we've got a pretty balanced party for the most part. That's good. I'm almost thinking about making her a cook, but I just don't know who else we're going to come join our party. I mean, it's kind of... I don't see this as, like, sexist or anything like that, because she's a lady. But it's just, we need a cook, and she's the only person who doesn't have necessarily a skill outside of scouting, which I don't know how important that would be. Is everything well with you and the smithy? Depending on what you need me to do, yes, I have everything I need to make carving knives, repair bristles, or fix slave collars. If you need a weapon or armor, or if you need weapons or armor, you'll need to find better equipment at the smith. Old Hanar in Rives has a fine smithy. He should be able to handle any requests that you might have. Could you make any weapons or armor if I get you the equipment you need? I could. It's not my skill that holds me back, it's the tools. I don't need to talk about the weather. So... crafting. This is the crafting menu. Crafting converts salvage into weapons or hides into armor. These are the crafting skills of the herdsman who's crafting. Okay. So he's tier 2 at crafting. Max tier 2. Wait, what? How does this work? Armor, crafting. Special properties, 25% chance. Spencer's prices is fair. So is his... okay, so it looks like the max tier is 2 and he has 2. So this is max tier 2, but he only has 1 when it comes to armor smithing. So he's better at crafting than armor smithing, it looks like. Okay. I think that's what it is. You can start off by the type of item you want to craft. You can only craft armor and helmets if you have the armor smithing skill. Okay. So what are we using? We're using swords, actually. And now I kind of wish... well, I guess I need to figure out what the other guy... I think that guy uses swords as well. So if we wanted like a sword with more damage... single-edged sword. Oh my gosh! Is that salvage the same thing as valuables? It looks like it's the same icon, just the cup, right? Oh my god. Oh no, there is salvage, which is this little sword fragments, which we have 5 of, but then it also costs 300. Holy ballsack, dude. That's insane. The frost has lasted long this year. At this time of year, the snowdrops have already started sprouting. At least the forge keeps me warm, so my work isn't impaired much. I don't think none of my armor got damaged, if I remember correctly. Where's gear? It should be in our bag, right? I know we picked up this terrible knife. I like pronouncing words incorrectly, if you haven't learned that yet. Oh, we got a helmet. I forgot about this. Durability 2 of... I almost wonder, I mean, he's the one who's going to be charging into combat. I almost wonder if I should be giving him... and we were thinking about potentially getting the... ooh, we could put caltraps on this guy, though, because he'll be all up in the grills of things. Oh, wow. Is this pitchfork better than your spear? 3 to 6. 1 AP. Small critical chance. Oh my gosh, this pitchfork is way better. AP 3, though. Is that bad or good that the AP is higher? But it also has a higher crit. I don't know what that necessarily means. So we're gonna give her the old pitchfork because it does more damage. I don't know if 3 AP means it takes more AP to attack, but then there's just an attack move. So I don't know exactly how that works. 50. It's actually less than. This is Tiger Shield. Tiger gets a plus 5%. Oh, it's because he's like, oh, I've owned that. Like, is it like, that must be just a bonus to Tiger because it's just training shield or something. All right, that's cool. Your condolences are about your father. Okay. I do want to talk to Gunderson. What makes those raiders think they can just come here and kill us? Because they're raiders and it's part of their culture. And they believe that if they die in battle, then they'll be rewarded in Valhalla. So there's a lot of reasons. All right, let's talk to Gunnar, the Peaceful. Someone has tied up Gunnar to the pole in the middle of your animal pens. He must have been standing in the mud for at least 3 hours, yet he stands straight and looks at you in the eyes as you approach him. I don't want to like start off by hating on this. I mean, I'm not necessarily sorry that he's been treated. I mean, obviously he's a prisoner and he needs to, but maybe it's the fact that he's been standing in mud. I don't know. Let's try the amicable. He lets out a single hoarse bark of genuine amusement laugh. Ha! You're sorry. I attacked your village and killed your clansmen. This is better treatment than I expected. The huge man pauses for a moment to adjust his weight on the pole. We didn't have a chance to get properly introduced. I'm called. And the reason I said that was I was taking a more amicable, peaceful approach and trying to basically, potentially try to get to recruit this guy. I hope we can. I mean, he is a two-handed axe or a two-handed weapon person, I think. So he could crank out some DPS too. I would love to have him. I'm called Gunnar the Peaceful. I'm an Herden from the Vestfold in the north. I assume you are the Thane of this village? I am Tiger, son of Tran, and yes, I am indeed the Thane of here. Tell me, Tiger, son of Tran, why am I still alive? What is Uvalheden? We are the chosen warriors of Odin. We go into battle with no coat of armor. Instead, we wear wolf pelts and become mad as beasts. You are honored to be under Odin's protection. Guided by the wrath of the Allfather, I've slain many men. Neither fire nor iron has ever had an effect on me. It's a powerful pact. I can offer you a way out of this, depending on how you answer the next question. I will make my words count then, Thane. Why did you attack my village? Your defenses are weak. No palisades. The barest excuse of earthworks. You are a tempting target. I'm assuming he took out the hard playing around here is what I believe happened, but our sense skill is pretty low. Wait, our sense is 7. How is this hard? Did you have to sense 8? That's crazy. And how? I'm assuming that he took out the guys. This isn't a really. I think let's go into this one here about him stealing my mother's jewelry. The giant shrugs, a motion unlike an oak bending in the gale. Your village lies along a major trade route. I assumed you would be wealthy. I guess we can talk about all of these and then we'll use the sense option. Perhaps the watchmen were doing a shit job of keeping watch. In their defense, we were very quiet. And what is your relationship with Skull? The expression remains totally blank. Never heard of the man. Is he a big deal down here? As you know, I'm not exactly from these parts. Let's use the sense option here. Oh, you explain your theory of why Gunnar came and set their sights on the village, but as you listen to your words, you realize they're weak. Gunnar seems completely unimpressed as well, snorting derisively at several points throughout. In the end, you left feeling somewhat deflated, and your prisoner fixes with a blank stare. You speak not a single word of sense. Ha! I simply hear about your village and travel from a traveling merchant in Kalpang. That's all. I have nothing more to add. I know you're lying, so I'll make you an offer and reveal who sent you here, and I'll swear I'll let you go free. The Ooftin regards you through squinty eyes. You swear it? What is such an oath worth to me? Oh, well, all right. I'll accept your offer. It was Skull Cleaver of Ochre Jar. Swore your village was a worthwhile target, wealthier than the painted ones, far less fierce. He was either lying or mistaken. What is Oakenjar? His smile creeps across Gunner's lips as he leans forward slightly. You've heard the stories of the islands to the west, across the sea. Oakenjar are the northernmost of those islands. Many Northmen have come to take from the tribes that live there. Okay, so the northern islands to the west. So that's the northern islands of England. There are stories of great kingdoms to the south, with great concentrations of wealth and little in the ways of defense. We've never made it that far south. Perhaps I will return to those islands and explore them in the future. Who are the painted ones? They are the tribes who live in the North Isles of the sea. They're called Picts. Oh yeah, Picts. Their weapons are poor and their homes are primitive by our standards, but they fight fiercely and live in the harshest conditions. All in all, they're not a worthy target for raids, but their lands are fertile, and far we've been able to keep them in check. Thank you. You're not so bad after all, Offenden. He gives you a surprised look, but chuckles jovially. Likewise, Thane Tiger, although I find your hospitality somewhat lacking. Hmm. The plot thickens. Track this quest T. So we're supposed to. I should have seen the connection. Yeah, Thane's skull mentioned his ties to Kophang at the feast, and there's a group of Northmen attacking us out of the blue. What does he stand to gain from this? He must be intending. This is what I think, right? He's just trying to take our lands, so he's trying to weaken us. Do you believe he really has been to the islands across the sea, and Gunnar as well? Could be. He said they crossed far to the north and found only tribes. But if the stories of larger kingdoms in the south are true, perhaps that's where Tran went. Yeah, see, I think it's this one. If the stories are true, there's much opportunity there. I would love to follow my father's footsteps and see what he saw. Your father lost his life exploring the islands. Remember that before you follow in his footsteps too far. You are too young a man to be so cynical. we should take this to Astrid and hear what she thinks. Right. She knows the skull a lot better than we do. That's my mom, right? All right, let's go chat it up. I don't see anyone. I really want the witch lady though. Burial site. I really want to see if the witch lady will join us and be our support. How long until Curvadur? Okay. Chat bubbles go quick in this game. Too quick, if you ask me. Astrid. Did the man talk? What did he find out? Or what did you find out? Skull Cleaver is behind this. He's working against us for months. I think we'll do this option. Skull is the cause? Then it's worse than I thought. How? Northmen have started settling in the isles across the sea. Skull met some raiders there and convinced them that we were easy pickings. And we were! This raid was our own fault. Our defenses are inadequate. We'll deal with that later. If Skull is acting against us, do you know what that means? we'll find no help against him. He's probably trying to control our lands. That's what I'm thinking. That must be his ultimate plan. Yes, this gives him almost a year to weaken us further in the eyes of the king, and nobody will help us against him. She holds great. Oh, and she speaks. Astrid counts her fingers. He holds great favor with the king, so we can expect no political protection. Further, Jelling is one of the large territories with many fine warriors. We can't possibly face him in battle. Third, he all but controls the trade with Kung Pang, a route so profitable as to rival the trades of the Saxon through Ribes. We have almost a year until the next alt thing. There must be something we can do. What? Don't bitch out, man. Come on now. So we could either cross the seas, get allies politically, or build our own trade routes. As well as Kung Pang, we'll get the isles across the sea. Trade routes will produce sustainable income. But though I would love to plunder the coast that we've heard about so much. I like the more combative piece, but we are a diplomat warrior, so I kind of want to do these too. Political alliances are always important, but there's a part of me that wants to build financial strength, so that way, to be honest, even if our allies don't stand with us, we could stand on our own. And I'm thinking we could buy good gear, soldiers, all the things we need, defenses. It's interesting to become a trader, but I think we're going to go plunder. I like combat. Your peaceful followers have lost morale. You're greedy and aggressive. Oh, wow. Everyone stop and consider the implications. Our dark looks exchange heavy doubts and worry, but nobody appears to be able to come up with a compelling alternative. I see no other option. Your first act in Thane will be leave your clan like your father? Nasha rolls her eyes hard at Aslafer as you can almost hear the strain out of their sockets. Oh, her eyes, yeah. Do you have anything to contribute other than complaints about Tran? Do you have any rebuttal than to offer a better nuh-uh? I know you swore to serve Tiger, but if you're so afraid to leave, I'm sure you can convince your Thane to let you stay. Aslafer crosses his arms and shifts his weights impatiently. I'll follow if ordered. In fact, I'll gladly go. However, our duties lie here to the clan. There will be a clan There won't be a clan much longer if we don't do something about to counter Skull. Think about the glory that we might find across the sea, treasures, the battles. I think we're going to say we're not going for glory, we're going to save the clan. I like that. I may not agree with your decision, but I respect your reasoning. I'm with you. Then the two of you must begin preparations immediately. We have 2 months until spring. You'll need a new ship and hire a real herd to crew it. Your Huskars alone won't be enough. We need cargo to trade. If trade is what we're planning, I mean, we'll trade if we bump into some people to trade with, but I mean, I kind of want to go for spoils. If trade is what we're planning, okay. So we need some fighting men. There are a few fighting men left in the clan. We need to find some to protect the villages. We should bring trade goods. But what little wealth our father has left us, we spent on the beat. I do not intend on doing any trading. It's not that I don't want to trade. I think I would potentially maybe try to find some people we could ally with, and then some people that we would pillage. And so it's kind of... Let's talk about the ship first, because I mean, it doesn't matter. We can't sail without a ship, and then we need to get people then to crew the ship, and it's going to take a long time to build a ship. I know if I know Torfin at all, he's been dreaming of such a task for a long time. There are few fighting men left in the clan. We should leave some to protect the village, which I do believe is good. Maybe if we consider asking Gundar to join us. Are you mad? That is mad. but it might be not be a bad idea. You saw him fight. We want a man like that on our side. But can we trust him? He's a brute, but if he swears fealty, he'll become our brute, considering his present situation. I'm sure he can be won over. Yeah, let's give him a chance. You'll need at least a crew of 10 for the longship. If you can take my advice, or if you take my advice on this, go to the market in Ribes and make your plans public. Many who have heard stories of the bountiful coast, you should have no shortage of volunteers. I think we'll bring trade goods too, because, I mean, I don't want to just be a one-trick pony. I have an idea for that. Good. This is going to open up a quest. I'm sure I know what you're going to suggest. Remember Edis? He told us about an ancient grave on Fullen, where they saw a king and queen were buried with all their wealth. Ooh, I knew it. If that's true, we could sell that loot and fill a whole ship with cargo. If the story were true, the graves would have been robbed generations ago. Let's at least talk to Edis about it and what she thinks. Why not? It does sound whimsical, but Edis is wise and well-grounded. Talking to her wouldn't hurt. Good. We've got a plan. Then begin the preparations, my son. I'll start pulling some strings and learn more about the skull's actions and plans. I hate to see you leave, but I know you'll do your father proud. Your brother and I will watch over the clan in your absence. Very cool. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we have our plan, and we're getting a ton of skill points, which is fantastic. We're going to try to attempt to get our longboat, even go and get some of the treasure that one slave that we set free has. So, I mean, we've got a lot of good quests for the near future, which is pretty dang exciting for me. I love adventuring around, and I'm glad that the world is interesting, and it makes me want to adventure around and kind of see everything that's kind of going on. Man, there's so much stuff happening in these quests that are just popping up in the corner as I'm wrapping up. All right, guys, this has been Tiger Tran. If you enjoyed the video, please like and let me know in the comments. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time.